Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Fab City Awards Roundtable, organized by the Fab City Foundation as we celebrate our 10th year anniversary of the Fab City Global Initiative. I'm Frida Yamoti, the Knowledge Manager at the Fab City Foundation, and I'll be the moderator for today's session. Thank you all for joining us and welcome once again. So I'd like to mention that the session today is being recorded for learning and registration purposes. And also I'll encourage us, if possible, to introduce ourselves in the chat so that we can kickstart the conversation today. So I'll give a brief overview of today's agenda and what we intend to do and see here. So to start off, I will introduce today's roundtable session and give a brief overview of the Fab City Awards, what we've done so far, and then we will get to hear from some of our inspiring innovators from our community, and then we will have a couple of minutes to engage the presenters. So please feel free to add your comments or recommendations, feedback to the chat while we go on in the session. And then finally, we would wrap up with today's session and bring our conversation to a close. So the overall goal of the roundtable sessions organized by Fab City Foundation is to promote synergies and multi-level knowledge sharing within our community by inviting experts and community members to discuss current and trending topics, technologies, methodologies, policy practices, and whatnot. And so for today, we are very much excited to showcase some of the projects from the first two editions of the Fab City Awards. So the award was launched in 2023 and is Fab City's annual program by the foundation that aims to identify and celebrate best practices from around the world, fostering knowledge sharing and solutions for both urban and rural challenges. So, so far we've successfully organized two editions, starting from 2023 and then this year. We've had over 30 entries from 5 continents. So I believe that's very engaging from our community, and we expect to see even more in the coming editions that we will have. So today we are very honored, as I mentioned already, to have representatives from the winning project of 2023 and 2024 editions with us today. We will hear from them shortly. And then later on, for presenters that were not able to join live today, I will give a brief overview of the winning project. So just to highlight some of the interesting prizes that comes with the Fab City Awards for this year, the overall prize winner was awarded a 50% scholarship for our master's program, which is the Master in Design for Distributed Innovation. And for the winner of our ecosystems category, they had access to our distributed innovation workshops. And then for the technology prize, we had access to the Fab City Full Stack Bootcamp. And then for the last category, which is the Communities Prize, we had access to our upcoming Fab City Summit in Merida, Yucatan this year. So I believe we have some of our presenters already online. I see that Marilia from the NutriBem project is here. So I would want to hand over to Marilia now, who would present on the NutriBem project, which won the award for the best ecosystem project in this year's edition. Please join me in welcoming Marilia from Brazil. Over to you, Marilia.
Hello, good morning. This is Marilia and Roberta, and I put a video to explain how our food reuse works and also how the production of good mix is done. Okay? How can I share this video?
Can you guys see the video that we are playing?
No, we can see a screen, I think, which looks like a list of files, but not a video.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay,
Vai me share again.
okay.
E coloca share sound ali embaixo, por favor, pra... Onde? Ali embaixo. Aqui.
Aqui?
Aham, pra compartilhar o som.
Uhum.
E agora pode compartilhar no share. Embaixo, no azul.
Será que eu tô compartilhando minha tela toda?
É, tá lá tudo.
Isso.
Agora ficou verdinho.
Aqui estão vendo.
You're seeing it now?
Yes.
O combate à fome é uma realidade do governo de Goiás. Por meio do Banco de Alimentos, Programa do Goiás Social e da OVG, toneladas de frutas, verduras e legumes são entregues todos os anos a milhares de pessoas em situação de vulnerabilidade. As doações vêm de parceiros que contribuem para essa corrente do bem.
A nossa participação não é tão grande, mas eu acho que a gente faz o mínimo possível, né? Frutas, legumes e verduras, se ela não está em condição de ser comercializada, mas está em condição de ainda a gente consumir, por que jogar fora? Porque fome é muito triste. 1 quilo de mamão, 1 quilo de manga, enfim, que você vai descartar, para nós às vezes não tem importância, mas para uma pessoa que recebe é de suma importância, para uma criança principalmente, né? Sem comer, a gente não sobrevive, não é isso?
Além de separar, higienizar e distribuir os alimentos in natura, o Banco de Alimentos também produz o Mix do Bem, um produto completo e nutritivo que garante mais segurança alimentar.
O Mix do Bem, ele é composto por arroz, proteína de soja, cenoura, tomate, alho e cebolas desidratados. O Mix do Bem é um alimento completo do ponto de vista nutricional. Nele, nós entendemos que as condições e as quantidades de carboidrato, proteínas, vitaminas e minerais atendem às necessidades nutricionais dos nossos indivíduos.
Com prazo de conservação maior que o dos alimentos in natura, o produto chega às regiões mais distantes e enche o prato de quem tem fome. Desde 2021, já foram 787 mil unidades distribuídas e milhares de vidas transformadas.
Às vezes a gente não tem tempo de estar preparando uma comida mais saudável e com todos os nutrientes que precisa, né? E o Mix do Bem, ele tem tudo, né? De verdura, ele é todo completo.
Graças a Deus, através desse pessoal aqui do Banco de Alimentos, foi muito bom pra gente lá. Nós estamos muito felizes mesmo. Tá dando tudo certo, ajuda muito. Esse mix, então, é o barato, viu? A gente come ele e gosta muito dele.
Com parceria, responsabilidade e tecnologia, Goiás garante dignidade na mesa de quem precisa. Para quem tem fome, a solidariedade é um prato cheio.
That's it. This is how we do Mix do Bem. And we'd like to thank everyone, also Fab City, for the honor of receiving this award. And do you want to say?
Just thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Marilia. Thank you for opening your project up to us in this way. So moving on, we have Tarum in Action here with us, and they also won the Community Project category for this year's edition. And we have Indra here from Fab City, Indonesia, to take us through the Tarmin Action Project. Over to you, Indra. Hi, Indra. If you are speaking, I think you are muted. Okay, so until Indra is able to rectify the tech challenge, I would invite Raphael from Mind Factor Valley Project, and they are from last year's editions. They were also awarded the second prize. So join me in welcoming Raphael today. Over to you, Raphael.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. So I have a presentation and I have I don't know if I can share the presentation. I don't know if I have 7 minutes or how is the
Yes, you have 7 minutes and you can share presentation as well.
okay, let me share. Um,
Hi, Raphael. I think that Indra has shared his
okay,
screen. So we would have Indra do the presentation on Tarmin Action Project, and then you take over from Indra. I hope this is okay.
okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Over to you, Indra. Hello. Indra, please, can you hear me? Okay, I believe Indra is having some technical challenges. Um, Dan, is there a way to override Indra's presentation, or do we? Okay, Indra can send the file. Okay, so then Indra, why don't you hold on so that we can have Raphael's presentation and then you take over after Raphael. So you can please stop sharing your screen now so that Raphael can share his while we work on your file. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Indra, would you want to speak without a presentation, or should we have Raphael go ahead and then you take over? Um, okay. Okay, so Raphael, please take over. Hi, Raphael.
Mm, I have to restart with Zoom because my computer told me that I need a permission to share, so I have to restart. I'm sorry.
Okay. No worries.
Did you see the presentation?
Yes, yes, we
Okay.
can see it.
Well, we are uh, IDEA GTO. We are in the center of Mexico. We are from the state of Guanajuato. We have more or less 6.3 million of inhabitants, and the project is about how we work between cities as a region. So this is one of the facts of the states, and the point is what we can do with all the resources that we have in the state, in technology parks, research centers, what with the great companies that we have in the state, with the all the people and institutions involved in innovation, entrepreneurship, and education. So in the ecosystem, we have some points. We have universities, investors, technologies, businessmen, and entrepreneurs. That kind of institutional people. Also, what our focus is, the ecosystem connects what cities separate. So we think that with this focus, we can change from cities in regional and countries to ecosystem, no? Because in one city there's a research centers, and in another city there's a great university and a company. So we have to connect the points using this vision, no? And we think Guanajuato, the identity of the ecosystem is Manufacture Valley or Valle de la Manufactura. What is it? This is a public policy of innovation that attracts, retains, and produces talents, capital, and new opportunities. No, how the region more can be more competitive in all the terms with these connections. So our responsibilities is about entrepreneurship, technology, competitiveness, science, innovation, and the public policy that connects all that points is mind factor, because in the state we have a large companies focus on manufacturing, and our focus is how manufacturing can go to mind factor, put the accent in the mind, the heart, in more integrally uh, capabilities. So this is one of the numbers of the ecosystem. We have universities, researchers, etc. And the point is how we connect this to add value to the region, no, and to solve some of the problems that we have as a region. So this is the focus: how we connect our society with the world, with the government, with the chambers. Focus on the sustainable goals. And one of the first actions was how we connect the points. No, we have some people focus in the early stage of innovation and entrepreneurship. So we prepare all the way, all the points that they have or they can touch to develop their project. No? So we have some projects in the early stage, like communities, nodes, innovation gyms, and we have another more for advanced projects like technology parks, or we have an investment event called Capital Startup Capital, where projects can receive funds. This is one of the awards for this ecosystem. Startup being all the most dynamic ecosystem in Mexico and in Central America. Fab City was honored with that place. Yesterday in the Smart City Expo Congress, we received the second place, just behind Niterói from Brazil. Well, I will talk briefly about some initiatives. This is one about communities. We focus communities about women in tech or in how we can add technology to the small companies or communities about trends, about sustainable goals. And this is another initiative is innovation gyms that are spaces in universities or in chambers of commerce or in chambers of another kind of companies. And these spaces have uh, the first stage of a project of innovation. No? So you can design a business model or your first draft about an idea. Then you can go to the hobbies, like it's a kind of Fab Labs where you can work in some verticals like Industry 4.0, digital transformation, robotic, creative industries, etc. We have a net of incubators and accelerators. We have a platform where all the community can connect. We have a program focused on women in tech, and the focus is 1 million women in artificial intelligence. This is our event about investment, and this is a public fund for different projects, and this has almost, I don't know in dollars how much is 200 million pesos, but it's an important fund. This is another spaces for using data to take decisions. This is a program that we take with MIT. This is a summit that we have in April. Well, this is what we are working on, and our project that we present for Fab City Awards was this kind of connection and public policy that connect the funds. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rafael. And I believe if we already have questions or any feedback, we can add them to the chat. And then when we start our Q&A session, it will be addressed. I think it's a good opportunity to hear about an entrepreneurship ecosystem, because the challenge is usually how do we move from an idea to a project? And Rafael has provided a lot of key points for making this happen in a network. So moving on, I would like to invite Leah from Sampa Plus Rural. I don't know if I got the name right, but then Leah will be presenting on this project. They also won the best holistic project in this year's award. So without using much time, Leah, please, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, good morning. I try to share my presentation here. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yep. So good morning. It's a great pleasure to be here. I'd like to start just being thankful for you for the recognition. It's very important always the prizes and all the projects you are developing. So I'll try very quick to talk a little bit about Sampa more rural. I don't know how to translate as well, but I think it's more or less this. And so we are here in São Paulo. It's a huge city, São Paulo in Brazil. We have this huge city in a metropolis, like huge metropolis. São Paulo itself, we have 12 million people. and 10 years ago, we become 30%, almost 30% of our territory in rural areas, so we can preserve the environmental biodiversity forests we have all around the city, and it's very important for water, for biodiversity, for environmental. We keep this forest, and all the project has to be with this thing as well. So the question is why we force agriculture in the larger urban center in Latin America? Why work with agriculture here? So when you work with agriculture, we're working at the same time with social, economics, environmental, and human aspects, and we can get many goals at the same time. We have agriculture in our main plans, strategic plans. So sustainable goals, climate change, and we have a plan all to agriculture and rural development. We have more than 20 departments in this plan to get this action done. But as I didn't present myself, but I'm Lia Palma as agriculture coordinator here in São Paulo. As we are the agriculture coordinator, most of the actions we are involved or we are responsible. So we in 2022, so it's very recent, we make this public policy for agriculture that calls the Sampamo Rural. And it's important you to know when we talk about agriculture in São Paulo, we are talking with very small places, most of them, and a very diverse, a very different kinds of people that are growing. So we have productive units, they're commercial. We have, I think someone is with audio open, and it's kind of, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we have Guarani village, we have community units, and we have this urban garden inside the public equipment. So we have more than 2,000 places mapping already in São Paulo. And we are working with, I will try to be very quick in this thing. We are like our holistic program. We are doing many things in many different ways to straight the agriculture here. But we are working with technical assistance. So we have a big team who goes into the places and work with many technologies and technical assistance to each of these agriculture all over the city. We already get more than 400 producers with this direct investment as well. So we go there and you give them some fertilizers, bio inputs, analysis, and many things that can get the more productive, more quality in the products, or more diverse to get the goals they have, each one in their places. So we are working with technologies adapt to urban and family agriculture, because many times these technologies doesn't go there. And we're talking about simple things. We have, for example, this bio inputs unit where we produce the bio inputs and we teach how to produce. And we have this free distribution of these fertilizers and other products that they can make with the things they have. It's very cheap to produce it, and it makes a big difference. And we're working with adaptation to climate change. Agriculture is very has the very quick. They feel these effects. So we have the many things we do them so they can produce better. We have these free agricultural mechanization service. So we have trucks and small machines that can enter small spaces so they can make the work easier and more productive. We have these more than 1,000 citizens having this money when they are in a vulnerable situation. They are farmers or they are people, they are around the places, the urban gardens, and they work and they learn how to work in these places. So we have structuring urban and rural agriculture with these people working there, and we are creating, teaching people how to work in agriculture in the city. We are working with unused land, so more people can be in the city growing food. We are working with the education department with a huge program of school. It's not tourism itself, but all the children, it's the 6 years goes to urban garden. It's gonna to be more than 5 how to say this number, but 5,000 people in 2004, and we are working with exploring these farmers and they get money with these visits. So the children is going to see how is this city, this green city we have here in São Paulo, this part of the city. At the same time, the farmers, they are getting new way to get incomes and get money and investment to the urban gardens. And we are working hard as well in the municipal public schools gardens. We have more than 1,050 schools. They have already urban gardens. We have these mothers working the work operation program to have the scholarship, the money to work in these urban gardens in the schools, as well as tools and bio inputs to get these places working. We are with a technical system as well. We have 2 indigenous territory in São Paulo, and you have a large work with them with nutrition and producing their foods. This is the corn they have there, very special. And all of this you can see in a map we have in internet. It's a platform as well. We have the signs all over the city, so people can see where they are, these places, the market who are buying this food, the urban gardens, and all the civil society institution, public policy who are working with the agriculture in the city. All our data is already in another system, so we have many data indicators about this. All these systems, they are open source and open to anyone who wants to get it. And you have other places in Brazil who are using this rural. And that's it. That's the last one. It's just to say that we have many servers to get this train the urban and peri-urban farmers in São Paulo. And you have this all the chain view. So until the market and access to this food and getting back the waste to composting or things that are useful for agriculture. They are like discard, but now they are going to this urban farmer, and as well as recognizing the agriculture and the whole it has to all the city and getting better condition of life for these people who are doing this job, this environmental job, the social job in São Paulo, growing food in the city. And that's it, which is for me in the city like as a reference. And this kind of prize and recognition is very important for us to disseminate these ideas of this. Our big cities have to reconnect to nature, and it's a path we have to go to. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Leah. This is so insightful. And yeah, indeed, food is important. So providing food for people in vulnerable communities is definitely some good work there. Thank you so much for this insightful presentation. And I've learned that it's not Sampa/rural, it's Sampa more rural. So thank you for that correction as well. So at this point, I'll hand over to Tarom in Action Project. We have Novi, who would be presenting on their behalf. Over to you, Novi. Don, should I share my screen or would you? Okay, I will share.
Yeah.
Novi, I think you're muted. And this slide is just to help you go over your talk.
Hi everyone, I'm Novi from Fab City Indonesia. We're winning the category for best communities. This is our slide for Tarum in Action. The project is to providing natural blue dye for fabric coloring and producing natural sample using tarum leaves from tarum tree. We are helping the communities which is researching the trees tarum, and we having researcher for that as a community. So I think it is very great opportunities for us to introducing tarum to the world, and using this natural product can reducing we are
You're
I'm
muted.
sorry, I think I have trouble again to connect to the audio.
We can hear you now, Novi. Okay. Novi, would you want me to go over the slide on your behalf?
Yes, I think the slide is it's enough. And the other slide, we're going to the other slide.
Hi, Novi. Would you be able to present without the main slide? I will try to share it, but maybe for now you could go continue with the presentation while we try to sort the presentation out. If that's
I'm
okay
sorry.
with you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm sorry because the technical problem is I cannot connect to the audio, and now the video are stopping.
Okay. So would you want me to take over and then give a quick summary of the term? Okay. Okay, I can do
you
that.
can take over.
Okay, I can do that. So thank you very much, Novi, and then Indra, for trying your best to make this work. It's really appreciated. So as Novi mentioned, Tarum in Action won the Best Community Project Award in this year's edition. And their project, which is Tarum in Action, aims to harness natural resources of the tarum tree to produce sustainable blue dye and shampoo. And their primary objectives focus on utilizing the plant's properties to create eco-friendly alternatives to synthetic dyes and shampoos, thereby promoting environmental conservation and reducing reliance on chemical-based products. So the project integrates regenerative principles and circular economy concepts to restore ecosystems, optimize resource utilizations, and minimize negative environmental impacts. So their project is significantly trying to impact indigenous communities and local farmers involved in the cultivation of the tarum tree. And the idea is to create more economic benefits for marginalized groups like the farmers. So it's very interesting, and Fab City Indonesia has been a vibrant member of the community so far since they joined. So it's really impressive that they won the Community Project Award this year. Unfortunately, we couldn't hear from them entirely in this session, but I believe that we can connect to them later on in the session. We can facilitate that connection if anyone is interested. So moving on, we do have some other projects that were not able to join us today to present live. And so I would provide quick summaries of those projects as well. We have the Smart Campus from the Fasens University. This project won the Best Technology Project in this year's edition. And it's implemented at the Fasens University in Mexico. The idea behind the project is that it integrates various emerging technologies and sustainable practices to implement smart cities concepts using the Fasens University campus as its experimental ground. So the project applies the entire concept of innovation in practice. It integrates artificial intelligence, automatic identification and data capture, digital twin technology, augmented reality, and other enabling technologies aligning with the Sustainable Development Goals. And it also has a strong pillar of bringing together government, society, academia, companies, and citizens. And since its inception in 2014, Smart Campus has developed over 350 projects, mainly focused on sustainability, which is quite impressive. And we have two other projects, one from Curitiba and then the other from Montreal. So from Curitiba, they won the first prize award last year, and it's a compilation of 3 projects. The first project is the Food and Nutrition Security, Urban Agriculture and Social Development Project, which promotes food production within urban spaces. And with their second project, it's the Curitiba Public Fab Lab, the first of its kind in Curitiba, set up to provide a shared digital fabrication and prototyping space for students, businesses, and the community where they operate. And then finally, the Pinhao Valley, a public policy that advocates for smart city initiatives by uniting public and private sectors, institutions, and citizens. And finally, we have the project from Fab City Montreal. It's the distributed manufacture of a neighborhood bench project. The project is by Fab City Montreal, and they are the third prize winners from the 2023 edition. This project is mainly committed to advancing the Fab City movement in Quebec, Canada, and is organized into 3 phases. The first one was demonstrating the potential of their Fab Lab, EcoFab, and the second one is pioneering their Remix Your Chair project aimed at transforming old chairs into functional pieces. And then finally engaging their local stakeholders in distributed manufacturing. So within their initiative, communities were actively involved, and they manufactured face shields, about 35,000 of them, I believe, at the onset of the pandemic. And then they designed and manufactured public benches in a participatory approach to enhance community resilience. And throughout the projects, the focus has been sustainability with alignment with regenerative economic principles, such as waste reduction and reuse of materials. So that's it. We've covered all the winning projects from last year and then this year. At this point, I would like to invite any comments or questions from our audience. Please feel free to use the hand raise button or speak directly if you're comfortable, or add to the chat as you prefer. So we have about 5 minutes to take any feedback or questions from the audience or any recommendations. Yeah. Please feel free to add your thoughts to today's session. Okay, so if there are no questions or comments, we would like to wrap up today's session. And obviously, the conversation does not end here. We continue to engage through different platforms. And with this said, more details are available on the Fab City website. And we also invite you to register for our annual summit happening in Yucatan, Mexico, from August 11th to 14th, where you can meet the bigger community and participate in rich conversations and collaborations. So thank you very much for joining today, and goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Tchau, tchau.
Thank you, guys.